few minutes and share my heart with you, but more importantly, LeadHer's heart with you, and really just help you to understand what is the mission and the vision, and really what's at the center of LeadHer Ministries and all that we do around the world to impact and to activate women. You know, first and foremost, we believe that God designed women uniquely. We believe that He designed us with a unique capacity for relationships, and that it's through those relationships that women really connect and influence the world around them. But we also believe that sadly, so many of us as women, we have put personal or cultural limitations on what we believe that God can do through us, what we believe that God is capable of using us and our time and our energy and our giftings. We've limited our callings, the things that God has designed us to do, the way that He has uniquely crafted us and created us to impact the world around Him. Sadly, so many of those, myself included, I went through a long season where I really allowed a lot of personal limitations, a lot of cultural limitations to keep me from being the woman that God created me to be. And it was through my personal struggle and my personal journey through that, and to really get victory through that, that I realized I wasn't alone in that. And so many women do that. They struggle with that. It's not just an issue in the US, it is a worldwide issue where we as women tend to limit and tend to accept less than what God designed us for or how God designed us to be. We believe that all women have the potential to make an impact on the world. I believe that women of every age and every stage, of every nation, of every denomination, have a potential to impact the world for Him. All that it takes, ladies, is for us to understand who He designed us to be and then willing to be obedient to that. We need to understand who He's calling us to be and then be obedient to that. We need to understand who He's calling us and where He's calling us to reach out to and to impact, and then we need to be obedient to that. The only limitation for God being willing to use us is the limitations that we put on ourselves. And so we believe here at LeadHer that women have a capacity to impact the world. We also believe that all women can get involved in LeadHer, and by doing that, women are going to be challenged. They're going to be challenged to see themselves differently. They're going to be challenged to operate differently. They're going to be challenged to live their life differently. We want women to be challenged, and as they are challenged, we want women to be changed. I want to change mindsets, but more importantly, I want to change hearts. And as we change the hearts of women, we're going to change the activity level of women. And as women begin to step out, and as women begin to step into who God has called them to be in their communities and in their families, in their churches, in their neighborhoods, in their workplaces, then ladies, we begin a ripple effect that we cannot possibly understand the full scope of. Not on this side of eternity. You cannot fully understand how your obedience in just reaching out to one person, inviting them to coffee, sharing your story with them, can begin to impact their life. And what they're going to do is they're challenged and they're changed. And as they go out and they start to do the same in their life, and then the people they touch do the same in their life. Ladies, we are the catalyst for ripple effects that God wants to and desires to start and to build and to create in communities all around the globe. So here at LeadHer, we truly believe that everything that we do is geared towards this very thing. It's geared towards starting those ripple effects. It's geared towards growing women in their faith, in their leadership, and in their willingness to be the women that God has called them to be the women that God has created them to be, and most importantly, that we will be able to grow them in their willingness to connect with the people that He puts in their spheres of influence, to look at the relationships that God has given you differently. We want to challenge you to see yourself differently. I want to challenge you to serve differently. I want to challenge you to be different. And I truly believe that in LeadHer, we are all difference makers. And so we have to first do things differently so that we can be different, and then we can share differently, that people around us can be different by our obedience. And so that really is my heart. My heart is not that we stir up all of these divisive lines, but my heart is that we create a place through our LeadHer local chapters and other LeadHer programs, our LeadHer live events, our podcast, all the things that we do are geared towards building bridges in communities. I want to see us as women come together across some of these divides that have often separated us, different age groups, different lifestyle groups, you know, young moms over here and older women over here and women that don't have children or aren't married over here. No, let's all come together in one place. Let's come together across different denominational lines. Let's come together despite our differences in faith, where believers and unbelievers can join together and wrestle with life issues, wrestle with different themes every single month. And as we wrestle, guess what happens? we all start to seek and we all start to grow, because none of us are ever called to settle. None of us have ever grown enough. We can always grow more. And as we are willing to commit to growing more, God has the ability to do more and more through us. So that's the heart of LeadHer. That's the mission of LeadHer. That is the vision of LeadHer. We walk that out every single day by starting and growing LeadHer local chapters literally around the globe, where women can, for free, plant a chapter. She can invite women of every different age, every different denomination, every different faith level and experience level and job title into this chapter. And together they can all grow. Together they can hold each other accountable. Together they can learn how to have authentic and transparent and vulnerable relationships. They can be willing to do more. And through them being willing to do more individually, God can do more in their community for Him. That's our heart. And we invite you to learn more about it. We invite you to get involved in it. Visit us online at www.leadher.org. Find out more about how to find a chapter or start a chapter in your area, and join us on this movement of women that is literally circling the globe, that we are geared towards growing women in their faith, their leadership, and their willingness to impact the world for God's glory.